That's right. Give Ben Dixon a shout out, man. Ben Dixon drops knowledge, man. And look, like I tell everyone, man, on the Tim Black Show, we promote each other. I promote folks, man, because it's nothing but love, man. So tonight's show, we talking about petitions, right? But we gonna keep it light, though. I ain't gonna get into the nitty and the gritty, but I gotta tell you how the deal, man. You better watch your ass on Twitter and watch it on Facebook. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all ain't taking me real, man. You better watch what you put on this internet. All right? That's what you need to do. You need to stop acting like, look, you know what? I know some people don't like their job. They old funky ass job. You know, when I get off work, I'm off work. I do what I want to do. Yeah. You better stop acting like you don't need that job. Okay? Because a couple people that you know right now are probably going to lose their jobs. Why? Because of the funky internet. Because they on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I got a story right now. A little white girl out of Arizona. She posted something on Twitter, thought it was funny. Oh, did you see what I put up there? Cost her job. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happens every day. Don Lemon. Do you know this is a petition to get Don Lemon fired? Like 30,000 people done signed it. Seriously, it took me 2 years to find 50,000 people, not even at 50 yet, 50,000 people that liked my show enough to hit the subscribe button. It took him 2 weeks to get 30,000 people to say we want his ass off TV forever. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it goes. Who else? Oh my goodness. Raven-Symone, y'all. Raven-Symone, they got a petition to get her kicked off The View. They said, how would you like to view from across the street, Raven? How about you view us over here getting paychecks while you sitting over there without a paycheck, Raven? They got a petition on change.org. 100,000 people have signed this petition to get Raven-Symone removed from The View. Don Lemon's catching heat, this guy right here. And if you're a Medicare, this looks crazy. Just pretend that Don Lemon's sitting over there. He's sitting over there like this. What did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. Everyone loves me. I'm a nice guy. I'm the greatest guy on the earth. I just try to call it down the middle. You're right. Don Lemon, you have repeatedly proven that you are a coon. Now, a lot of people don't know what coon is. It's a word that we use to describe a person who tries to make other people that look like him look bad just to make other people feel good. Usually to pick up a paycheck or to get advanced in society somehow. You know what I'm saying? We use it arbitrarily. It can mean anything. Somebody could not like you and call you that word. There's no coon patrol. There's no designated coon labeling person that goes around. They have a panel of people that decide who the coons are. But if there was a panel and they did look at people and they did come up with a code of ethics or a criteria to give people the label, you, Don Lemon, would receive the Coon Award. And that's what you have been knighted, sir. Say what? Nah, man, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. All right. So Don Lemon, look, man, Don Lemon, man, he's special. What he did is he got on TV with the girl. This is what prompted it, right? I don't even think it's been 2 weeks. So they may really rack up high numbers on Don Lemon because it's all in regards to the little girl in the classroom who got dragged. I know what he wants to do. He wants to seem different. Stop trying to be different, y'all. Don't be different. Be the same. People don't like different. He trying to be different. What I'm saying when I say trying to be different was he wanted to have a different point of view on the whole girl getting slammed in the classroom in Spring Valley. He wanted to say, let's just wait for evidence. It's possible she said something really bad out of her mouth. I mean, it's possible that she did this or she did that. No, Don, it don't matter what she did. You don't want nobody grabbing your kid like that. Of course, you don't want your kid to act like she acted. Of course, we want him to behave properly, Don. But you cannot get on TV, right, representing CNN, and for some reason, I don't know why people think you represent them just because you happen to be brown skinned. You don't represent me, you represent Don Lemon. I try to keep that in mind. That's what keeps me on the even keel. I don't get upset. I don't get upset about stuff like that. But he got up there and he said it was the girls that we need to slow down and not get so mad. And he went so far as to say they shouldn't do anything to Ben Fields until they find out everything. Look, man, Ben Fields probably had a bad day. Anybody had a bad day before? Come on, man. We've all had bad days. But Don Lemon's having a bad month. Hell, he having a bad year. He having a bad 2 years. It started in Ferguson. People. So that's what's happening to Don Lemon, man. Last time I checked, it was at 30,000. He was at 30,000, and then that's what they want from him. So let me get him off the screen, guys, because I'm going to go to my Beethoven, man. Let's go to Beethoven. Only in the country this screwed up could a overweight lesbian with purple hair say that you too black, you being black too much. Her hair is purple, sometimes it's gray, sometimes her eyeshadow is green, and she says she won't hire Shaniquas. And people say, I don't know what you mean. A name like Raven-Symone is not the regular name that you see in the dictionary. The definition of raven is a fat-ass crow. But bitch, we ain't worried. I had to say that because it rhymed. I know it was disrespectful. But now they got 100,000 signatures against you, Raven. So you need to get to stepping, fool. Oh, Raven-Symone, you're almost 30 years old. You're no longer a little child. And when you run your mouth, all that seems to come out is bile. Raven, you should not forget that once this is all done and said and over with, you're going to have to come back to the black community. So you should watch who you talking about, Trick. But Raven-Symone said the thing on The View about not hiring people, black people with crazy black people names. Listen, man, white people have crazy names too. There's people who give their kids crazy names, and that is a bad move. It is a bad look. But for you to be an employee to say that, you don't say that. People who shorten their names. I worked with a guy for 5 years. We called him Joe. He didn't want us to know his real name was Jose. For 5 years, I did not know this man's real name. Okay? And that's not even a crazy name because of discrimination. So people do that. People hide their names. People modify their names to get along, to not have to face discrimination. When we all know it shouldn't be about a name, it should be about what you do on the job. Besides, Raven, you ain't did shit in 10 years worth talking about, and somehow you still been able to eke out a career. You should be happy about that. Now you're going to screw that up because you want to be outspoken for The View. The View, look guys, The View told that girl to go out there. Go on out there, Raven. You cannot be, look, we already have Whoopi. She tries to make sense. You can't make sense. You have to go out there and act an ass, Raven. That's what you do. That's what we need you to do, Raven. We already have Whoopi. Whoopi's already making sense. Rosie, whatever, Sarah Gilbert, whatever. We don't need you making sense. Let's see what my friend Joy has to say. You have a comment on Raven? It's so Raven? Joy?
Yes, sir, Mr. Tim Black. Yes, I do. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Joy, how you doing, lady? Joy to the world and joy to you on a Friday, my lady.
Thank you so much. I think that folks, Don and Raven have said one damn thing too many. I think that folks have had enough.
I agree.
This is the damn straw that broke the camel's back. We sick of y'all. We don't want to hear it no damn more. You know what's interesting on this, Mr. Tim Black?
What's that?
You know what's interesting is that you have folks all around the United States of America and outside of America that see this issue as wrong. Saw this young child getting tossed around the classroom as wrong, no ifs, ands, or buts. We don't have to ask any questions. The officer was wrong.
Right.
And then we got these folks. We got Don and we got Raven.
Right. They just want to be different. I tell you, they just want to be different. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Not just different, not just different, controversial.
Yeah, that's the
They're pulling
word.
that Obama thing. They're doing the Obama thing. I'm not the president of just black folks. I'm the president of America. So I'm going to completely ignore the black folks. We can address Muhammad and his clock, but this young lady getting thrown around and the other young lady going to jail because she said it wasn't right. No, we're not going to deal with that.
What was that? I don't even know what that's about. How you gonna lock somebody up for filming something or saying something isn't right? I mean, is that an offense? I don't know.
This is a power trip. How you going? Don't you dare tell me what is right or what is wrong. Who do you think you are? Wow. I'm always right.
Right. Man, I don't know, babe. I don't know.
It's just folks have had enough. Now, see, what's interesting is, Don Lemon is on CNN. And so we understand the impact that Don Lemon has because he has a very important stage that he's on when he talks his foolishness.
Right.
But I think that folks need to take Raven with a little bit of a grain of salt. I think that we need to sort of, overlook a lot of what Raven says. She has proven herself to be quite foolish at times.
I agree.
And I don't think that we should really get bent out of shape over a Raven. I really don't.
No, we shouldn't, but we do, man, because we let her get to us. We shouldn't let her get to us. I think I've been saying it for a while. I think that's the whole purpose of her doing it, is to get to you, to piss you off. Because once she pisses you off, then you are what is it? You are affected by her. She's on the top of your brain. She's sitting right there. She's in your consciousness. That's a goal.
Yes, and her foolishness is making The View controversial, and so now folks are watching the View to see what kind of mess Raven is going to say, and now they have more views because of her foolishness. How about you just turn off the television and stop watching her? The same thing with Don Lemon.
Right.
Stop watching him. Stop giving him interviews. If you really care, back up off of both of them.
That'll do it. That'll fix them. Hit that pocketbook. You'll see a change.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call, sir.
That's what's up. Thank you, Joy, once again. Joy in the house.